Welcome to part 5 of Mega Man playthrough in Mega Man and Bass. So now we're in Dynamo Man, the last of the robot masters. And, this place is conveyor belt heavy, and Mega Man can't double jump, so it's gonna be a little bit harder. Then again, every part of this game is harder with Mega Man, so what am I talking about? You know, it's funny, I was reading comments about Mega Man and Bass, looking up the soundtrack and whatever, and I must say this, the soundtrack of this game is fantastic. I do love the music in this game, and surprisingly, I actually like the GBA versions of the songs better than the Super Nintendo versions. That's a first. It's never that way around, usually. But no, the GBA soundtrack did this game justice, what can I say? But anyway, as I've been looking through comments here on YouTube, I actually found it interesting that a lot of people say they can only beat the game with bass, which doesn't surprise me at all. But then there are like some people who can only beat the game with Mega Man and can't beat it with bass, and I find that confuzzling as fuck. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have any recovery items, but seriously? This double jump and stuff? It's easy to play the game as bass, so I don't know. Maybe they were playing the Super Nintendo version, which is Japanese only, and didn't know that there was an upgradable bass buster in the shop. I don't know. But now we come to our mini-boss friend, and like before, you still can't see where you're actually supposed to shoot. And in the Mega Buster, you have to keep charging and shoot this guy, and shoot the openings of where the turrets come from. Meanwhile, they're also shooting at you like crazy, and as you can tell, Mega Man's Mega Buster is definitely stronger than Bass's, even his upgradable Super Bass Buster. Look how quickly I took those out! It's ridiculous! Mega Man has the power! Even though Dr. Wily created Bass with this thing called Bassnium or whatever. In Mega Man the Power Battles, Bass's ending, spoilers, I hope I don't spoil the great complex story that is Mega Man. But in Mega Man Power Battles, when you beat the game with Bass, Wily like gets all pissed off and asks why Bass tried to sabotage his plans, and Bass pretty much explained, "You're always getting in my way." So Dr. Wily's like, "You know, I think it was a mistake creating you," and Bass is like, "Huh, the fact that you created me, I must have been a mistake, because someone as stupid as you couldn't possibly have done it on skill alone." And Dr. Wily is pretty much like, "Yeah, you were an accident, Bass. I didn't mean to create you. I discovered this thing called Bassnium, and it's made with you, and blah 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 blah." He also reveals during that ending that he created Zero, but I think everyone knew that from Mega Man X4. And the less said about X, the better. But regardless. Jesus! Conveyor belts, you suck. Seriously. There's another game that I'm not going to be playing because it's also only in Japanese. And it's Super Adventure Rockman. And Super Adventure Rockman is a totally all FMV game, except for like the boss battles, in which you get into this crosshair first-person view, and you have to fight the robot masters. And I'll talk more about that in King's Stage. But right now, we're fighting Dynamo Man. And I didn't show how Copy Vision worked against Dynamo Man with Bass, because I used the Super Bass Buster to rape him. This is how it works with Mega Man. The Copy Vision not only attacks him when you're not, it also absorbs all of the energy balls that he tends to shoot at you every now and then. Like watch, they'll go for the copy, but never for you. Why? Because the Copy Vision looks more trustful or something. But this is the problem with playing as Mega Man. Look how much health he's regained! Jesus Christ. The problem with Mega Man is, he doesn't have a Super Bass Buster to just aim into the sky whenever he wants, whenever he's recovering his health. You know, Bass can just shoot up and boom, it's gone. Mega Man, the best I can do is bring out the magic card, and hopefully I'll take it out fast enough. Because if I try to go up on those platforms and shoot it with the regular Mega Buster, I'm just going to take even more time, and it's such a pain in the ass fighting this guy as Mega Man. Believe me, it took a lot of tries just to make that look easy. Because it's not easy. Because not only do you have to memorize where the guy's moving, you have to keep spotting the Copy Vision, and eventually you'll run out, right? And when you run out and you die, guess what? The fight's gonna be even harder. Yeah, because that's what you want. your best try is going to be your first try. That's not how a game should be. Nevertheless, we get Lightning Bolt, which of course attacks everything on screen for a cost of a hefty price. Though it's not that hefty if you use the energy weapon. Or the energy item. Less spending. I don't know what it's called. I just call it the less energy weapon. There we go. So the left room, you just Lightning Bolt everything, it's gone. Big whoop. And in this room, you just copy vision the switch. It's not exactly rocket science. We got 200 bolts, and we've unlocked the door to King's Castle. Or Wily's Castle, but whatever. Spoiler! So I buy mostly everything from the shop, and now we're going to fight King. I'm not going in unless I bought everything. Fuck this castle. Fuck it up its ass. At King's Castle, you're going to notice a lot of spike platforms, or spike pits, and Base can double jump them, but our friend Mega Man, well, he can't. So, for some reason I'm having a hard time figuring out what to pick. Or maybe I was just showing you. Yeah, never mind, I was showing you what all the items were. So you gotta use Ice Wall a lot in this game just to get through areas. And, you know, easier said than done. But anyway, back on the subject of super fucking invisible holes. Fuck you, invisible holes. What's the point? Why would you do that? That's a dick move if I ever saw one. But as I was saying, there's this game called Super Adventure Rockman. I think it was only released for PlayStation 1, or maybe it was a PlayStation 2, I'm not sure. But it was an entirely FMV Mega Man game, and except for the boss battles where you got to this first-person shooter view, and you fought them that way. And it was actually kind of a choose-your-own-adventure as well, because every now and then Mega Man would make a choice, and you could decide what choice he made. So that's kind of cool. I've seen footage of it from the internet, and it's totally Japanese, so I have no clue what they're saying. The only thing I know is that Dr. Wily has control of some super weapon that's draining all of the electricity out of certain robots or something, and Roll gets affected by this, and Roll is going to die, or she's eventually going to die if you don't defeat Dr. Wily. In fact, there's even a game over sequence that if you quit, Roll does die, and then Wily laughs maniacally. It's pretty disturbing stuff, actually. It was very creepy. Nevertheless, I'm not going to be playing that game because clearly I don't know Japanese, and I don't think I could record a good FMV game, you know? I've been lucky with Mega Man 8 so far. I thought for sure this game was going to be laggy as hell. But it turned out to do alright. I mean, yeah, there were laggy parts, but I expected Mega Man 8 to be laggy as fuck. Because my recording equipment is not, let's say, that great. I have to use a whole bunch of weird stuff, Cam Studio, Snagit. Whatever gets the best effect for me. And it doesn't always work that time either. All I can say is, if you want to try Super Adventure Rockman, give it a look. There's also the Power Battles of Power Fighters. I'm not going to bother playing them. They're just fighting games, really. And there's the Game Boy games, which I might play Mega Man 5 in the future. I might decide to play Mega Man 5, but to be honest, after Mega Man and Base, I'm taking a break from these games. I don't want to play them anymore. It's not that they're bad games. I'm just so tired of breaking these videos out all the time. Hey, this is the most videos I've ever made in like any long period of time. I've got 100 videos on my YouTube channel right now, and probably half of them are Mega Man. That's how much they are, okay? Hell, the Wily Wars was 20 videos alone. I know Mega Man 8 was 10 videos, that's 30. Mega Man 7 was that. Well, I'm not going to add them all up, but regardless, you get the idea. Until I get equipment to record Mega Man 9, I'm not playing another Mega Man game. Not for a while, anyway. Hey. But anyway, I should probably be talking about the game, as I should have been from the get-go, but you know. We've seen this before in a previous playthrough, so what can I say? Just make your jumps better. If you can slide under it, try and slide under it, because Base couldn't, and sliding is always swell. But I'll be seeing you in Part 6, which has King 2. Hey.